Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chasing Rabbits. My name is Scott Brown, and welcome to my vlog dedicated to helping you become the leader that you always wished that you had worked for. Tonight I want to talk a little bit about trust. I want to talk about the moments that build trust between individuals. Oftentimes we think that trust is built in large, grandiose events and gestures. But in reality, trust is built in the smallest of moments, in sometimes the most insignificant of locations and in the most insignificant of events. It's easy to bypass, to miss those moments that bind individuals together, that build trust between others, that create mental artifacts that we come back to remind ourselves of why we trust individuals. It's easy to miss them in so many ways. Let me give you an example. So I'm sitting here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We have about 9 inches of snow on the ground. And tonight we got another 3-ish or so, 2.5, 3 inches, somewhere around there or so. And because it's cold, it's Indiana, and I still have Florida blood, I'm freezing. So I did what any common person would do, is I stayed inside. I figured I'll wait till all the snow is done. Tomorrow I'll go out and shovel. Not a big deal. Only got a couple of inches. It's pushable. Don't have to actually shovel. I can just push it off the driveway. Not a big deal. So as I'm on the treadmill tonight, because we bought a treadmill because we can't go outside and exercise at all, so we bought a treadmill for the garage, the unheated garage. I was on the treadmill tonight and I heard stuff pounding against the garage door. And I heard this huge motor that was outside, and I realized my neighbor, for a second time in a week, has just pulled out his snowblower and was clearing my driveway just because he's a good guy. No other reason, just because. And I looked down the street, and he has this massive snowblower thing. It's not just like the normal snowblower that you would buy at like Lowe's. Like, this is the kind of industrial strength snowblower you would use to clean a football field, or somewhere in Montana you want to clear a ski slope. This thing's gargantuan. It's powered, so it doesn't have to push it. It's a crazy contraption. It's about the size of a wood chipper, it seems like. It's massive. But he's out there clearing everybody's driveways. He's just going out and clearing driveways. Not saying anything to the neighbors, just going up and down every house on the street, clearing driveway after driveway after driveway. And you think it's easy to forget about moments like that aren't these huge grandiose plans. It only took him probably 5 minutes to do my driveway, maybe 7 minutes to do my driveway. It's not like it took a long amount of time. It's a small gesture, but that gesture goes so very far that now you're like, well, that's an individual who's looking out for my well-being. That's someone I should probably really trust. And we have those moments every day in life. One of my favorite books is Daring to Lead, or Leading Greatly, by Brene Brown. And she has a story in there. She talks about, she's having a conversation with her daughter about how you build trust, and Brene Brown used to always think that it was built in grandiose moments, and she realized as she was talking to her daughter that it's built in these small micro moments that we oftentimes, years later, forget. But we know that we have that feeling towards somebody of trust. We don't remember exactly where it came from. Her daughter was telling her about what's called the half butt sit. When she would come in to lunch late and all the seats would be taken at the table of her friends, her best friend would scooch over and only put half of her butt onto a seat so that she could sit down on the other half, kind of sharing a seat with her. It's a small gesture, but it's trust. It bonds people together. Outside of the snow tonight, there's another reason why this is really forefront to my mind. I posted a video yesterday on my Facebook page. I shared something that came up in my memories from, I believe, 8 years ago. And it's something stupid that only a small group of people were really there and really kind of understand the significance behind it. It was called the Race for the Red Cooler. When we lived in Florida and were friends with all those folks in Hunters Creek where we coached for all those years, we became very close friends with the other coaches, with the parents. It was just a community of individuals that we were all bonded together by trying to do something better for kids through baseball and softball. And the parents became really good friends. I became incredibly close with a lot of those parents that were there. And I forget about a lot of the moments of how we bonded that, of all the practices, of the soft toss, of the pitching lessons, of all the investments of time and energy. But now I remember when it comes up in your memories, and when I shared this video, I was reminded of this stupid event on Super Bowl Sunday 8 years ago, where two of our friends bet each other who could win in a 40-yard dash. You have two out of shape, middle-aged guys doing a 40-yard dash, one of them with a busted up leg. It was a ridiculous event, but it's one of those micro memories that just brings you back into the feeling of, I remember how much I miss those guys, how much that trust meant with them, and how we were always there for each other, and how there was such a community feel. Now that's one of those artifacts that you're reminded of when it comes up in your memories, but there's so many events that go into that, and they're so easy to miss. So my challenge for you tonight is, how do you remember those small moments where you learn whom you should trust in your life? How to remember those little moments. Like, there are two guys that lived across the street from me at our last house in Florida. Jeff and Chad have been friends for eons. And I bet if you went back through their relationship, there were a bunch of those micro moments where they built trust in relationships over the course of time that they forget about. But in the end, they're as close as any two brothers could possibly be, even though they're not related. Remember those small moments. Don't forget to capture them in your mind so that you don't forget them down the road. It's those moments where you build trust that matter. And if you're looking to build trust with somebody, don't think you have to do something grand to build trust with them. Sometimes it's as simple as clearing a driveway, having a race, throwing soft toss to somebody's kid. All those moments, those little moments, are what bond people together. So in your daily life as a leader, remember, small moments matter. Create those moments that build trust between you and everybody else, and you'll find that your tribe is far more willing to follow you than what the way it'd ever be if you waited to try to do something grand. Small moments matter most. So until tomorrow, I wish you all a wonderful night tonight. Stay warm, stay safe, be well, and toast on. And I will see you tomorrow for another edition of Chasing Rabbits. Be well, my friends.